Good morning, Year 2. Welcome to our second lesson, all about explanation text. Today we're going to be planning our explanation text about rainbows. Let's find out what our lesson is going to look like. So our question for today is how do brilliant writers plan a piece of writing? For our warm-up, we're going to be reading words with r at the front. We are going to be looking at the layout of an explanation text and then carrying out some further research on rainbows. We're going to end today by making a plan for our writing ready for tomorrow. Let's check you've got what you're going to need for today's lesson. Have you got a pencil, some paper, and your brain? If you haven't, put me on pause now and go and get them. For our warm-up today, we are going to be looking at words spelled with r. Can you see that I've circled it on the complex speed sound chart? We've got some special friends today. Can you spot them in our words? Today, we're going to read the words. We're going to be doing our dots and dashes and counting how many sounds there are in each word. This is going to help us learn to spell them later in the week. Let's read our first word on the screen. Let's sound it out. R-I-S-T. R-I-S-T. Wrist. This is our wrist. How many sounds are there? R-I-S-T. 4 sounds. Can you see that the special friends have lines, the single letters have dots? Well done. Let's see how many sounds are in the next word. R-O-N. Wrong. Well done. How many sounds? 3. 2 special friends and an O. Wrong. Let's read our last word. R-E-N-C-H. R-E-N-C-H. Wrench. Well done. How many sounds? Let's count them. R-E-N-C-H. Wrench. Well done. 4 sounds. It's going to be your turn now to do the same. What I would like you to do is write the word on the screen in your book. Then I would like you to do your dots and dashes. Remember, dashes are lines for special friends, dots for the others. And then at the end, write how many sounds there are in each word. Put me on pause now and do this for the first word. Let's find out, does yours look like mine? Well done. There were 3 sounds in the word wren, a little tiny bird. Next one. Again, do the same thing. Write it down in your book, draw your dots and dashes, and write the number of sounds in the word. Put me on pause now. Are you ready to see if it's the same? Well done. If you spotted the split digraph. Where's my friend? He's on the end. And we had 3 sounds in there for the word right. Next one. You know what to do. Write the word, dots and dashes, how many sounds? Put me on pause now. Are you ready to see if you get another tick? Well done. If you have the same as me and you've read the word says wrap. 3 sounds, wrap, wrap. I wrap a present. Now, are you ready to start today? Stretch up to the sky. Oh, a big rainbow. Let's go. So yesterday we looked at conjunctions. You remember what they were? Well done. Did you spot them on the screen? Today we'll be looking at an example of an explanation text. And through that example, we'll be identifying the features of it and using that to help us plan our own writing all about rainbows. Here is my explanation text. I'm going to read it to you. See if you can spot any of the features, such as an introduction, title, conclusion, and any conjunctions as I read. Here we go. Rainbows. Have you ever seen a rainbow? Rainbows are beautiful arcs of colour that form in the sky. People say that there are pots of gold at the end. How amazing is that? Read on to find out how rainbows are made. Rainbows in the sky are formed when light passes through water droplets. They act like prisms that bend light into colours. This is called refraction. The light spreads into a band of colour so we can see a rainbow. The colours are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. There must be 3 things happening to see a rainbow. First, it must be raining or misty in the sky. Second, something needs to be shining brightly. And last but not least, the observer needs to be standing in the middle. The sun must be behind them. Can you see how I've shown that in a diagram on the right-hand side? Did you know that from the ground we can never see a full rainbow? If you were above it, you'd see it is actually a circle. I remember that from yesterday. Some rainbows are called fog bows because they are made from fog. I hope that you have learnt lots about rainbows. Although there may not be a pot of gold at the end, rainbows are still an incredible sight to see. Let's have a look now at all of the different features of an explanation text. At the top of the page, you can see we have a title. Nice, clear, concise and bold to help the reader know what this text is going to be about. So every explanation text starts with a clear title. I move on then to an opening paragraph. This lets the reader find out what the text is going to be about and hopefully adds a bit of interest and intrigue for them. As we move on down through the bulk of the text, I make sure that every stage is written clearly and broken down into small parts to help the reader understand what we're trying to explain. I'm sure you've already noticed it's written in present tense, not the past. I've included diagrams and illustrations to help show my points. And at the end, there's a conclusion that rounds up the writing really nicely and hopefully leaves the reader with some more questions and with lots of amazing things to think about. You could end on a fact. So it's time now to have a look at your own plans. If you think you know lots about rainbows, you can crack straight on with it. If you need to find out a little bit more, then you may like to put me on pause and use some of these fantastic websites to learn about rainbows. It's time now to do our plan. I've put some examples of the plan on the board. If you would like to do our One Chili challenge today, I would like you to talk about what you're going to write tomorrow with somebody at home, or talk it through to yourself if people are busy. Then make some bullet point notes about how rainbows are made. You can see on the example here, I've written the title, Rainbows, drawn my bullet point, and then written the key words that I'm going to use in my sentences tomorrow. Remember, we're not writing the whole sentences today. We're thinking about what we want to write. So I thought about, I want to use the words rain and sun in a sentence, arc shape, colourful, and in the sky. And that's all I need to do to get ready for my writing tomorrow. If you fancy doing the 2 Chili challenge, you are going to be using this format for your plan. You're going to have a clear title, some ideas for your introduction, 2 paragraphs, and end on a conclusion. This will organise your notes ready for your writing tomorrow. Now remember, your notes need to make sense to you and to help your writing, so they don't have to look exactly the same as mine. You may notice that in my plan, I've done little equal signs and written the conjunctions. This is to make sure that I use all of the conjunctions in my writing and I've had a little think about what sentences I want to write. For example, in the introduction, people love rainbows and an equal sign and because. That's because I want to write the sentence, people love rainbows because they are so beautiful. We're not writing the whole sentences out, just ideas for our writing tomorrow. Now, if you would like to do the free chili challenge today, it's exactly the same as the 2 chili challenge, apart from we're going to get a head start on our writing. We're going to write the introduction out in full. And your challenge is to use all of our sentence types. Can you include a question, a statement, explanation, I can't say it now, everyone, exclamation sentence, and a command? I've left an example at the bottom of the page here if you want to have some ideas. So if you would like to put me on pause now, you can decide which chili challenge you're going to do. Beneath me here is an example of the plan you may like to write in your book. Title, introduction, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and conclusion. We can't wait to see what you do. So tomorrow, you guessed it, we're going to be writing a short explanation text about how rainbows are made. I am so super excited to see what you do and how you present them. Don't forget, up next, you're going to be doing some of your reading tasks. You can read some of your Year 2 Common Exception words. You can access amazing books on Oxford Owl through your login, or you may like to do the daily phonics lessons found on YouTube. Remember, type in Ruth Miskin, scroll down to either set 2 or 3. These will really help you develop your phonics. Have fun, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.